And here they come, the New Zealand openers who have been short of runs. It has been their weak link in this side, but they are very, very talented, especially that man, Martin Guptill. He is a very fine one-day player, and he's walking out there as if he means business today. Brendan McCullum is beside me. Brendan, what did you make of the toss? What would you have done at the toss?
Yeah, I liked it, really liked it. I thought Kane Williamson, he looked pretty assured with his decision. He looked at the surface yesterday and it was a little bit dry underneath. Belies a little bit of that green tinge. I think he'd be very pleased. They've gone with the same team, which is again another really good nod to his men that he believes in them. Guptill, how important is that man for New Zealand? He's been dry throughout this World Cup, but we know what he is capable of. Big player.
England unchanged as well. Johnny Bairstow was due to have a scan yesterday on that groin he tweaked in the semi-final, but he said to the medical staff he was absolutely fine. So no changes, same sides as the semis. Both sides put on stunning performances. New Zealand beating India, England hammering Australia, and they both deserve to be here. This man was man of the match at Edgbaston on his home ground against Australia. He's had a fabulous tournament. Bowling from the nursery end, he got it a little bit short against Australia in the group stage game. England will have to bowl better first up this morning. Poor stats in this tournament, but very fine player. Nichols got a few runs in the last game, ranking of 57. Also a quiet tournament. Umpire Kumar Dharmasena says play, and we are ready for action. What a view that is. One of the great cricket grounds, and Chris Woakes will have the first ball, the 2019 World Cup final. And it will be a wide, and Martin Guptill had a good look at it on the way out.
Oh, how good is this? This is very good. Martin Guptill, we've asked him, country's asked him to impose himself on this tournament, impose himself on the World Cup final. First ball, down the wicket. Doesn't lay bat on ball, but if that is not a show of intent, I don't know what is.
Michael Clarke is with us as well. Michael, you remember a New Zealand opener showing some intent in the last World Cup final.
Yeah, certainly remember that. And you know what, I see this New Zealand team very similar in regards to the importance of this man, Marty Guptill. I know his performances so far in this World Cup haven't been fantastic, but he's so dangerous. And it's not just about how many runs he makes, but it's the way he plays. He's got so much power. So if he gets in, you know he can go big. He loves making big hundreds. And that's exactly how we saw Brendan McCullum in 2015. We had to try and get him out early.
Yeah, there is a bit of movement there. You'll always get something at Lord's because of the slope. There'll always be a little bit of help. And England's record here, out of all the grounds, I think it's a 45% win ratio. It's the lowest because there is a little bit there for the bowlers. Two slips, and England will just try to be pitching it up a fraction more.
It's really important from Martin Guptill's point of view that he is facing Chris Woakes. Woakes is a guy who likes to operate at the top of off stump, troubles players who would sit on the crease somewhat. And Guptill's looking to try and get Chris Woakes to back his length off. Once he's backed that length off, he's never as good or as dangerous proposition as when he's able to hunt both the outside edge and also the front pad.
Down the pitch, no timing at all.
I think this is the right approach from Guptill as well. I just think he's got to look to put pressure on England's bowlers. I think, again, you've got Wokes, who's going to swing that ball away through the air and then look to seam it back in, and then the extra pace of Archer. So when there's a little bit of nibble in the surface, I feel like if you just sit there and look to defend or get through that new ball, you might get one with your name on it. So I actually think for Marty right now, this is the right approach. Try and put some pressure on Wokes, mix that length up.
Squirted away through gully, and that will hurry away for 4, even with the rain this morning. The outfield always quick at Lords.
It's the other thing Martin Guptill hasn't had a lot of so far in this tournament. That's a little bit of luck. In big games, you need things to go your way. Is this a little bit of luck that he needs? Goes wide of Stokes at backward point. Take the runs. Wokes was interested for a while.
Still movement, 5 for none. Few empty seats, but not many. Perfect conditions for bowling. Grey skies. Owen Morgan looked up as that coin went up, hoping the sun would come out. Now he wants the cloudy skies to remain. Here he is, one of the men of the tournament. A few months ago, he had never played for England, and now the 24-year-old is playing for England in a World Cup final. And he seems to take it all in his stride. Not an easy ground to bowl on with the slope. Just got to get used to it. Even someone like Jimmy Anderson, with all his experience, hasn't quite worked out which is his best end here at Lords. Well, Archer's first ball against Australia produced the wicket of Aaron Finch. Two captains from the last World Cup sitting right next to me. How big an event do you make it, or do you try and play it all down and try and make it out to be another game of cricket?
I think when you're talking to your team, I think you try and get the team to worry about that time, that moment, that ball, whether you're batting or bowling. There's no doubt about that. But I think you're kidding yourself if you think it's just another game. I certainly feel, 2015 World Cup final was as big as it got for us because of the build-up over a period of time. That's the other thing. It's not just about this campaign. You have your eyes and thoughts set on the World Cup 12 months, 2 years before you actually get there. So when you are, in that tournament, you're very focused on trying to find a way to get to the final. So, I think with anything, you don't want to put it too much on a pedestal as a captain or a senior player, because sometimes it can be out of reach for the younger players. So it's about living in the moment, but you can't hide from how big a tournament this is.
Well, Guptill wanted one there, and square leg was quite deep. Nichols said, no, I'm staying.
Sometimes for different individuals as well, the excitement, the nerves, the anxiety, the build-up is what they look for. I think of, a number of players that I was lucky enough to play with through my career. They looked for occasions like this to play their best cricket. And I think that's where you rely on your senior players to really stand up under that extra pressure.
Just sneaking down the slope on that occasion, and Guptill working it to leg. This time he will come back comfortably.
We talked about 2015. Well, New Zealand's doing better already. We lost a wicket in that first over. We're off to a flyer this time round.
Who was the headless chicken on that occasion?
Some clown.
Oh, what a beauty. What a beauty. Standing there. He's standing. Was that just movement after it went past the edge? He's got a review. he's not going to use it. Has Erasmus been at his best again? He's a wonderful umpire, England believed, but obviously not enough. They're not using their review. Oh, umpire Erasmus, genius. What an umpire. Under pressure in a World Cup final, Erasmus delivers. Good contest that. Good contest between those two. 8 for none. There is movement though. England will be very happy. That delivery went up the slope. Nipped one back as well. Erasmus, good start. That'll ease his nerves. Everything looked right about it. Just one small error, he didn't hit it.
Henry Nicholls shuffles down the wicket on this occasion. I'm sure this would have been the talk amongst the New Zealand top order. Chris Woakes has been exceptional so far with the new ball for England. They want to find a way to be able to negate his strength. Get down the wicket a couple of occasions, hope to then back his length off, and then it brings in your cut and pull shot options. Put him under a little bit of pressure rather than let him just bowl to you. Look at the New Zealand team again. They are unchanged for this final. Kane Williamson, what a pillar of strength he's been at number 3. Over 30% of New Zealand's runs. The all-rounders through the middle. Feel a role for them later on. And what about that man, Trent Boult? He has been exceptional. His wicket-taking ability with the new ball. There's going to be an eye.
Oh, that's close as well. That's close. Given. Nipping back. Will Nicholls review. He is.
The umpire to director. We have a review for LBW. The original decision is out. Can I check the front foot, please? Thanks, Gavin. That's a fair delivery. If we can move to front on, please. Front on, thank you. Thank you. It appears there's no bat, but I'll confirm that with Ultra Edge, please. Still close to the bat. Yep, thank you. Flat line, flat line. Keep going forward, thank you. Okay, there's no spike there, so we'll go to ball tracking when you're ready. No bat involved. Ball tracking coming up now. Kumar pitching in line, impact in line, and missing the wickets. It's going over the top. So I'll be coming back to you to change your decision, Kumar.
Well, very good review from Henry Nicholls. He learnt from his mistake at Durham. Exactly the same bowler, exactly the same batsman. Hit him on the pads. He didn't review at Durham. That would have been missing. Same here.
Yeah, that's a brilliant review. Just that feeling as a batsman early on in your innings, caught on the crease. You feel dead. You feel like it's out. So the communication straight away with Guptill, his partner. Brilliant from New Zealand. Perfect length as well from Woakes. Just a little bit of movement. Nice and full. Just shows different pitch, different conditions. Extra bounce. That's great seam, great position.
Yeah, but it shows how full you have to be to bring in all forms of dismissal. I mean, that's fairly full.